Hi, Meg.
Hi, what's up, Anne-Claire?
I am excited to be recording this bonus episode because it means that we have a special announcement, but it comes at the end. So I need to stop being so excited. And, there's that.
Ooh, I love a good teaser at the beginning of an episode. That's right, guys. You have to wait till the end to hear our big announcement. But today we're talking about something fun to get ourselves in the holiday spirit and get ourselves ready for thinking about resources that might be a really good support for your recovery this holiday season. And today we're talking about books.
Yay! I mean, I'm very excited. I love books. Also, to be completely transparent, this has been a specific question that has been asked of us. Like, do you have specific book recommendations? So there you go. Christmas wish list done, and also very valid recommendations for the rest of the year. So there's that.
Love that. Yep. I think books are a really great way to start information gathering and learning about the situation you're in. So if you're coming into recovery without a lot of knowledge, sometimes a book can change your life and change your perspective in an instant. And that's what I love about books, is that they have so much power for healing. Do I recommend you use books by themselves as a tool for healing and recovery? No, but they are absolutely an amazing resource when coupled with things like therapy and dietitian work and coaching and medical support. So anyway, love a good
and
book.
Community support like the Recover Collective.
Yes, and community support. Absolutely. So I think books are a great way for people to connect with recovery outside of your treatment plan. So if you're flying on a plane or sitting on a beach or a passenger in a car or just snuggled up with like a warm hot chocolate by the fire, a book is going to help you connect with recovery in the moments you need it most. So, Anne-Claire, how about you kick us off with your book recommendation?
Ooh. Okay. So I'm going to start with this one. I brought the physical copies with me because I like books. And this book is called Reclaiming Body Trust. It is by, and I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing the names wrong, Hilary Kinavy and Dana Sturtevant. Sorry if that's not how you pronounce it. And my copy has like a weird thing glued here, but anyways, hopefully you can still see it. This book, I was so excited to read and I loved it. Like, it's really a book that helps you understand like the different pieces of the puzzle that impact our relationship with our body and genuinely equips, the reader with tools and directions. And there are just so many prompts in here and it's just so well written. It's very real. It's very honest. I appreciate that it has like a lot of different lenses that were brought in together. So yeah, all around fantastic book. If you're someone who wants to sort of understand your relationship with your body a bit better and have directions that are validating and supportive regardless of your life experience so far.
I love that. And I actually spoke to Hilary on my podcast. So if anyone's interested in learning more about that book, check out the episode I have with Hilary on there. I think we titled the episode Reclaiming Body Trust. So go check that out. We'll link it in there so you can get some more info there. And I love that book too, by the way. So good. Love all the personal stories that they've woven in throughout. Just makes the topic so much more relatable, and you can see all of the complexities and the breadth of challenges that people out in the world struggle when it comes to their body and relationship with their body. So that's a good one. One I want to bring to the table is the book called Sick Enough by Dr. Jennifer Gaudiani. And I use a Kindle, so I do not have the physical copy. I just keep showing my Kindle like, here it is. But I love this book because it focuses on this mindset that so many people in our space struggle with, which is this concept that they don't feel like they are sick enough to get help. And so what Dr. Gaudiani does is break down some of the medical complications of eating disorders and kind of helps people recognize, hey, you are sick enough to get the help you need. And I think that is such a powerful message for people who are struggling.
I'm going to add to what you just said, because like as much as I appreciate this book for its ability to point to the gravity and the importance of treating eating disorders, and it really challenges that idea of I am not sick enough, etc. I've also found it incredibly empowering for clients when it comes to medical conversations. Because the reality is that Dr. Jennifer Gaudiani is just a fantastic physician. And most physicians know not much compared to what she does. And I don't say that in a mean way. It's just eating disorders are not very well known. And all of the nitty gritty that she is sort of like, a holder of knowledge for, and has so much experience with, and she has poured like her knowledge into that book, can really help some of you sort of be like, oh, that helps me understand what my body's going through. And maybe I can bring this to my GP, to my, physician, and sort of bring this option that Dr. Gaudiani is suggesting as a direction to help my body out through this healing process, for example. So as much as I wish I didn't have to put that responsibility on, the sufferer's, shoulders, sometimes it is needed. Oftentimes it is needed. And this book can really help the conversation. It can really equip both sides of the conversation in a way that helps clients be met by other medical professionals better.
I love that. You can use that as a communication tool with your medical team. And I think Dr. Gaudiani is an expert when it comes to eating disorders and medical complications. She's an authority, and I would trust the information in this book. And I actually know that many doctors would trust what she has to say as well. So that is definitely 10 out of 10 would recommend book from myself and Anne-Claire.
All right. We said we were going to keep this short, so I'm going to try not to get into impassioned speeches about every single book. But the two next books, actually, I'm going to just put them together. They're two body image books, I would say. So both of them sort of address pieces that might feel relevant to you if you're trying to sort of explore your experience, your relationship with your body, and sort of have a bit more data about how diet culture has influenced it and how patriarchy influences it. And you want to sort of maybe nurture a little bit that fuel of anger and rejection of those systems that have harmed you. They have a completely different vibe than Reclaiming Body Trust, much easier to read. And they are these two books. So one of them is More Than a Body by Lindsay and Lexi Kite. And the other one is Beyond Beautiful by Anushka Reese. Like I said, much easier to read than Reclaiming Body Trust, potentially a better sort of first step. If this is a new thing that you're exploring, it's written in a very easy language to sort of connect to, like I said, less heavy, less intense. So this could be a good first step. And both of them are very to the point, very recovery supportive and aligned. This one also has extra tools and stuff included in there. This one has more facts and whatnot. So, depending on what you like more, you might sort of resonate with one of them. But here they are.
I love it. I like how you're providing more entry-level books to people who are trying to get first steps. So helpful, because some people might be discovering this field for the first time, right? So we're all embarking on this journey at different stages. All right. So it's my turn to recommend a book. And again, it's on my Kindle, so I don't have the physical copy. But I'm going to recommend the age-old favorite, Anti-Diet by Christy Harrison. This one does a great job kind of, first of all, introducing readers to the concept of diet culture and how harmful it is. And first of all, that's groundbreaking in itself. For someone who hasn't seen the world through that lens, that is huge, right? I did not know what diet culture was when I had my eating disorder. And I think it's really nice to be able to define the truth behind what you're seeing every day. And then she talks about what it means to be anti-diet and, how to live a life that is more aligned with the anti-diet mindset. So breaking free from diet culture, living in a world where there's more like food neutrality, keeping things neutral instead of charged with all of this tension and pressure to change our bodies due to the systems in place.
Love that. I actually have the book in French in my cabinet up there. Love that book as well. Really great. I found it incredibly powerful, especially when it came to like an introduction to understanding the forces that have shaped our current understanding and our current relationship with like bodies and like the whole like medical BMI bullshit stuff, like all of that piece in her book, I found like really powerful because that was my first step in terms of like getting that information. And she has that way of writing that made it quite digestible. So I appreciate that.
Just a great book. Just so helpful. Really a pivotal read for someone who's exploring recovery for the first time, in my opinion.
And available in many languages.
Good point.
Now, the next book is not this one, but it is by the same author. I actually have the audiobook version of it. So this book is great as well, by the way, but this is What We Don't Talk About When We Talk About Fat by Aubrey Gordon. But the book I recommend before this one is actually her newer book, the one titled You Just Need to Lose Weight and 19 Other Myths About Fat People. Aubrey Gordon is the fantastic co-host of the Maintenance Phase podcast. And she just has a way to break information down and sort of give you information that really equips you to challenge the things that you believed were true just because you've been fed that information since forever. And it didn't even occur to you probably that it was total BS until someone gave you that information. And she really has a knack for taking a piece of information and being like, and this is the breakdown of why that's not true and what you can do about it and how you can sort of respond to that if someone brings that into your world. So highly recommend Aubrey's books in general, but especially that one if you want some sort of myth busting around, fatness, fat bodies.
And what I love about Aubrey's writing is that she brings her own personal experiences into the mix because she does identify as a fat person living in a larger body. And so she brings that, but she brings in a lot of research for the myth busting component. So it makes it a very interesting read. And I've always admired her work. She actually used to go by the pen name Your Fat Friend, and I would like read all the blogs and articles online. So it's great that now she's out there in the world as a published author and a podcast host, which is an incredible podcast. So everyone go check out that book and that podcast too, because we love that. All right. I'm going to just say one more recommendation for the sake of time. And that is the other classic recommendation that we always love, the 8 Keys to Recovering from an Eating Disorder by Carolyn Costin and Gwyneth Grab. We are so, or is that
Gwen?
Just Gwen?
Yeah.
I like the name Gwyneth. I just formalized her name a little bit. But this book is just a really helpful intro to someone exploring eating disorder recovery. It comes with a workbook, which I use with almost all of my recovery clients. There's a lot of helpful tools in there, exercises in there that can get your brain turning. And it's a great touch point with your recovery self, right? So if you're looking for another way to connect with your recovery during the holidays and you're looking for actions or steps to take to get your brain moving, right, in the right direction, this book is so important. And Anne-Claire and I are both certified eating disorder recovery coaches by the Carolyn Costin Institute, which is one of the authors of this book, Carolyn Costin. So we coach using this book and the fundamentals of this book every single day.
Yay! Now, obviously, we're suggesting to put these on your Christmas wish list. They're still fantastic the rest of the year. So please do not sort of like think that these are like seasonal recommendations. They're absolutely fantastic year round. And now is the time for the announcement.
So excited.
So, Meg,
sorry to scream in everyone's ear. That's probably
what is going on? What should the people watching us be aware of?
Okay, so every year, the Recovery Collective puts on an event called the Winter Reset. And it is a way for all of us to come together and focus on healing and our goals for the upcoming year as it relates to recovery and life. So we are all doing a collective reset together. And the Winter Reset is going to be a free Instagram event this year. So I'm really excited because it's going to be accessible to everybody. And all you have to do is follow us at _recovery collective and stay up to date on the prompts and action steps that we will be giving you daily. And this event actually starts on, what's the starting date, Anne-Claire?
I think it's the 18th, December 18th. And so every weekday, you will be receiving a prompt or a nudge to take action. And we will close out the Winter Reset with a workshop on January 3rd. That workshop is a paid workshop, and we will put all of the information out in time. But in the meanwhile, the entirety of the prep and the exploration and the action and the collective reflecting on the past year and then the upcoming year, that's going to happen all together over on Instagram.
Yay! So you do not have to do, although it would be ideal, you do not have to do both. You don't have to do the free stuff. You can just sign up for the workshop or vice versa. But we would love to at least get to know you over on Instagram, interact with you a little bit, and support you during the holidays, because the holidays is such a stressful time for eating disorders. I always say like the holiday season is like the Olympics of eating disorders. It's like there's event after event after event, and you're pushing your boundaries and you're pushing your limits, and self-care is really important. And so in this moment, we are giving you a tool to consistently check in with yourself and your recovery during this stressful time. So we are so excited for you all to join us this year.
Yay.
Yay. All right. Anything you want to add to that, Anne-Claire?
No, I'm just so looking forward to it. And I hope that if anyone actually follows one of our recommendations, please let us know and send us pics whenever like Santa delivers your book under the Christmas tree. That's something that you celebrate. And if you just like go out and buy the book for yourself anyway, because you're that kind of a badass, please share that with us as well. And if you have books that really resonated with you and made a difference for your recovery so far, please share that with us and with everyone else below so that we give each other even more ideas. And I think that's it for today.
Woohoo. All right. Check it out, everybody. We're so grateful to have you here as always. It means so much that you're watching and subscribing and commenting. It means the world to us, and we are here to support you. So with that, we hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you. Bye. Bye.